Let's journey together through a story to bring you peaceful dreams. Flux and Violet, a tale of safety. This story is about a young girl named Flux and her cat Violet, who find safety together during a fierce storm and realize the importance of community. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and a whispering forest, there was a young girl named Flux. Flux had a radiant smile that could light up the darkest of rooms, and her heart was as vast and generous as the blue sky above. She lived with her parents in a cozy house with a garden that was a riot of colors, blooming with flowers of every imaginable hue. Among these flowers, a sleek, silver-furred cat named Violet made her home. Violet was not just any cat. She was Fluxy's best friend and confidant. Violet's emerald eyes sparkled with wisdom and a hint of mischief, and her purrs were the sweetest lullabies that lull Flux to sleep every night. One evening, a storm began to brew on the horizon. The sky turned a deep shade of gray, and the wind howled like a pack of wolves. Flux, who was usually brave, felt the shiver of fear run down her spine. She glanced at Violet, who was perched on the windowsill, her eyes fixed on the distant storm clouds. "Violet," Flux whispered, "I'm scared of the storm." Violet leapt down gracefully and brushed against Flux's leg, her purring more intense and reassuring this time. "Don't worry, Flux," she seemed to say, her eyes locking with Flux. "I'm in here to keep you safe." Together they shuffled all windows and doors, ensuring that no rain would seep into their warm, cozy home. Flux's parents had gone to help a neighbor whose roof had blown off, leaving her alone with Violet. The storm raged on, each thunderclap louder than the last. As the rain started to pour, Flux and Violet cuddled together on the couch. The room was dim, lit only by the soft glow of a single lantern. The wind lashed at the windows, but inside, they were safe. Violet's presence made Flux feel secure. The cat's warmth and gentle purring were a constant reminder that she was not alone. Flux whispered stories to Violet to keep her mind off the storm. Tales of enchanted forests and brave knights. Violet listened intently, her eyes never leaving Flux's face. When the storm finally began to subside, a feeling of relief washed over Flux. She held Violet close and sighed, "We made it through the storm just like in our stories." Violet nodded in agreement, her tail flicking with satisfaction. The next day, the village was buzzing with the aftermath of the storm. Trees had fallen, and rooftops were damaged, but the community came together to rebuild what was lost. Flux and Violet joined the efforts, helping their neighbors with whatever they needed. Flux learned that safety wasn't just about being protected from danger. It was also about being part of a community that cared for each other. That night, as Flux and Violet lay in bed, the stars glittering through the window like diamonds, Flux felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. "Thank you, Violet," she said, kissing the cat's head softly. And Violet purred in response, her emerald eyes glowing with love and contentment. From then on, no matter what challenges came their way, Flux knew that with Violet by her side, she would always be safe. They were a team, bound by love, and the unspoken promise of keeping each other safe in the heartwarming embrace of their beautiful little village. Another story begins to bring you warmth. The celebration of friendship. Kawaii and Snowdrop. This story is about Kawaii and her dog Snowdrop celebrating their village's harvest festival and the importance of friendship. In a quaint little village surrounded by lush forests and meadows, lived a kind-hearted woman named Kawaii. She had long flowing hair, the color of autumn leaves, and deep green eyes that sparkled with kindness. Each day, she would stroll through the village with her faithful companion, a fluffy white dog named Snowdrop. Snowdrop had a playful nature and loved everyone he met, always wagging his tail enthusiastically. One crisp autumn morning, Kawaii awoke to the sound of birds chirping outside her window. She looked at Snowdrop, who was already awake and gazing eagerly at the door. "Today is a special day, Snowdrop," she whispered, patting his head gently. Snowdrop barked in agreement, sensing the excitement in Kawaii voice. The village was buzzing with energy as everyone was preparing for the annual harvest festival. The air was filled with the sweet aroma of baked goods, and colorful decorations adorned every house. Kawaii and Snowdrop joined the preparations, helping their neighbors carry baskets of apples and pumpkins to the village square. Snowdrop, with his cheerful demeanor, brought smiles to everyone's faces as he played with the children. As the sun set, the village square transformed into a magical place. Lanterns were lit, casting a warm glow over the assembled villagers. Music filled the air, and laughter echoed round them. Kawaii wore a beautiful dress made of soft cotton, embroidered with delicate flowers, and Snowdrop had a new ribbon tied round his neck. Together, they danced under the twinkling stars, celebrating the bountiful harvest and the joy of friendship. Later in the evening, she shared stories of their adventures, and the villagers listened with rapt attention. Snowdrop's ears twitched as he heard his name, and he lifted his head, looking round with his bright eyes. The night was filled with joy and camaraderie, a perfect end to a perfect day. But Kawaii gazed at the night sky, the stars reflecting in her eyes, and whispered, "I thank you for these beautiful moments." Snowdrop wagged his tail, content and happy. A festival concluded with a grand display of fireworks lighting up the sky in a burst of colors. Everyone watched in awe, their hearts filled with gratitude and happiness. Kawaii held Snowdrop close, feeling the warmth of his fur against her skin. It was a moment she would cherish forever. And so, the village of the lush forests and meadows once again celebrated their harvest, but more importantly, they celebrated the bonds of love and friendship that held them together. Let's wander softly into another story. Blessings of Gloxinia and Tulip. This story is about a kind human named Gloxinia who saves a winter spirit named Tulip and receives blessings of joy and life. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between towering mountains and frosted forests, lived a kind-hearted human named Gloxinia. Gloxinia had hair the color of midnight and eyes that sparkled like the stars. She was known throughout the village for her generous spirit and gentle demeanor. One cold winter night, as the village was blanketed in snow, Gloxinia ventured into the forest to gather firewood. The moonlight illuminated her path, making the snow glisten like diamonds. As she walked deeper into the woods, she heard a faint, melodious voice calling for help. Gloxinia followed the sound, and found a small, shimmering figure trapped under a fallen branch. It was a winter spirit named Tulip, with wings as delicate as ice crystals, and an aura that glowed softly in the dark. Gloxinia gently lifted the branch, freeing Tulip, who fluttered her wings gratefully. "Thank you, kind Gloxinia," Tulip whispered. "I am here, and you have saved me from a terrible fate." Gloxinia smiled warmly. "It is nothing, dear Tulip. Let me take you to my home to warm up." Back in her cozy cottage, Gloxinia offered Tulip a seat by the fire, and a cup of homemade herbal tea. Tulip felt warmth spread through her tiny body, and her wings began to shimmer brighter. "Gloxinia, your kindness shall not go unrewarded," Tulip said earnestly. As the winter spirit, I can bless your life with magic. Gloxinia chuckled softly. I need no reward, Tulip. Helping you was a blessing in itself. Tulip smiled, but she was determined to show her gratitude. The next morning, Gloxinia woke to find her once barren garden in full bloom, with flowers of every color imaginable. Birds then swing sweet melodies, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of fresh blossoms. Tulip appeared beside her and said, "This is my gift to you, Gloxinia. May your home always be filled with life and joy." Gloxinia hugged Tulip tightly. Full. This is more than I could ever ask for. From that day on, Gloxinia and Tulip became inseparable friends. The village, once frostbitten and quiet, was now a place of vibrant beauty and song. Together, they spread warmth and happiness wherever they went, reminding everyone that even the smallest act of kindness can bring about the greatest blessings. A new story begins to guide you closer to sleep. Star and Euphorbia, The Dream Quest. This story is about a girl named Star and a dancing fairy named Euphorbia, who embark on a magical journey through the realm of dreams. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled beside an enchanted forest, lived a young girl named Star. Star had eyes that twinkled like the luminous night sky, and dreams that soared higher than the tallest trees. The villagers adored her curiosity and courageous spirit. Each night, Star would gaze out her window, wondering what magical realms lay beyond the twinkling constellations. Little did she know, her wishes would conjure an adventure unlike any she ever imagined. In the heart of the enchanted forest, there lived a delightful dancing fairy named Euphorbia. Her wings shimmered with 1,000 shades of green, and her laughter was the music that soothed the forest creatures. Euphorbia had a special gift. She could dance her way into the most wondrous dreams. One starry night, she sensed Star's fervent wish, and knew they were destined to mate. Euphorbia floated gracefully on the whispers of the wind, finding her way to the village and into Star's tiny room. "Hello, dear Star," Euphorbia greeted with a twinkle in her own eye. "I am Euphorbia, the guardian of dreams. Shall we embark on a journey together?" Star leapt with joy. "Yes, oh yes. Please take me," she replied, her excitement bubbling over. With the delicate wave of her hand, Euphorbia conjured a path of moonbeams that spiraled up and away from the village. Star felt weightless like she was riding a silver wave of light into the sky. They traveled through the cascade of stars, reaching a realm where dreams were concept. This was a place where colors danced and melodies painted the skies. Euphorbia led Star to a shimmering lake, its waters made of liquid moonlight. "This is the lake of dreams," whispered Euphorbia. "Hold my hand, and let your heart guide you." Together, they stepped onto the lake's glimmering surface. With each step, Star's dreams came alive. She saw herself flying like a bird, diving into oceans, and walking among giants. She even danced with creatures of fantasy under the violet moon. "Remember, Star," Euphorbia's voice was soft but clear. "Dreams are the bridges to our deepest desires and the keys to unlocking our true selves." As the night waned, Euphorbia guided Star back to her village, the moonlight path gently bringing them home. "Will I see you again, Euphorbia?" Star asked, her voice tinged with hope. "Whenever you wish upon a star, I'll be there," Euphorbia assured her with a radiant smile. Star snuggled into her bed, her heart filled with new dreams and the warmth of Euphorbia's friendship. From that night onward, Star knew that no matter where her dreams took her, she had a guide and a friend in the realms beyond. And with that comforting thought, Star fell into a peaceful sleep, her dreams as boundless as the night sky. Thank you for joining me. Sleep peacefully tonight.